So coming on to the next common sequence operator would be the membership. So the membership is exactly what it sounds like. It checks if there is a member present in this group. For example, to check whether a value can be found in a sequence, we need to use the in operator, in operator. This operator is a bit different from the ones that we have discussed so far, such as the multiplication or the addition sequence. But we need to use this in order to compare whether we have this member. Let's say if we have this inside this, it checks whether a statement is true and returns the value accordingly. And these values are called as Boolean values, and Boolean values only give it out in one. Let's say when you ask if this is true or if this is present in this value, if it is present, it will give out the statement as true. If it is not, if it is false, then it will give out the statement as false if it is a wrong statement. So that's what Boolean values are. We'll learn more about the Boolean expressions in the chapter 5, that is on conditional statements, when we go through that. But just before I go through it, I will give you some common examples. So if you have some basic knowledge, then in Linux, then I'll just go ahead and write down a Linux command. If you don't have Linux operation, just consider this as a simple statement, nothing else. Just write permissions equals rw. I just created this list over here. So that means that if you're a Linux guy, then you will easily know what I'm talking about. RW means read and write. That means it has the operation to it has the permission to go ahead and read as well as write the particular file. If you are not a Linux guy, then you will just consider this as a statement. That means R and W are contained inside permission. That means permissions is a statement which contains R and W. So now we need to check whether there is a alphabet called as R inside permission. So we will just check R in permissions. It gives out 2. Why? Because there is a R present inside permissions. If I go ahead and just type Y or U, any random integer, it will give it as false because it is not present. Similarly, I can also go ahead and give you another example. Let's say users equals to let's say ABC comma XYZ comma EFG. Just a random statement that I have created. So I'll just ask the user to enter a statement, enter a username, just for example. So now it has asked me, that's the user, to enter a username. And so if so I just need to go ahead and enter a username, let's say ABC. It just gave me out the same statement. The reason being that I have not asked it to check whether that statement is in users. So I'll just write on in users. So what it is doing over here, it just asked for a statement, but over here it is checking whether this username is available in users. So if I write ABC, it should give me out the statement as true. Yes, because ABC is available inside the user's name. Or if I go ahead and I can write down any random number like this, it will give me out a statement as false because that is not present. And let me give you out another example as to how why this is used, why this membership is used. Let's say, for example, you must be using a Gmail or a Yahoo account, and there are spam filters in that. So how do these spam filters work? Let's say, for example, you get a spam message stating that let's say I'll just go ahead and create another variable so that you could understand that. Start them spam message equals to, means what it does contain. That means it contains $, and when I'm just writing out specific words, I'll show you how a spam filter works. It's just an example as to know why this is important. When, and I'll just write down billion, or a lottery would be a better one. Now I have created this particular setup. So now I will ask the user to input text, enter a text. Oh, sorry, just a moment. Enter a text, and I need to check that whether this is there in spam underscore message. So what the filter does over here, I just entered a text. In spam filters, what they do is they check this email. That means they're going to scan this email So let's assume that I'm going to enter what a mail would include. So I would just type as $$ get rich now. I will just end that. So it will show me as a false because it does not include this letter. So I'll just show you another example. This is a way how you can go ahead and create a spam filter. As of now, it is showing me false because it does not include the whole letter. But if I just go ahead and include, check if $$ is included in spam message, it will show me as true. And what spam filter does is that this is a whole message. This is how you can go ahead and bypass a spam filter by using multiple different words and letters, so that when it tries to match this to this, it will not match and it will give it a false statement and it will allow the mail to pass. But